Harvey.
Yes, how are you? Good morning.
I am at home, actually, not in the
See,
show.
I can see.
You can see. Yeah,
Well, I can see the background. Yeah, it's not the show.
yeah, yeah. I went to exercise on Wednesday and in the gym, and I did something, sprained my
Uh,
hip,
Not your back, right?
not my back. I was only concerned that I had done something to the hip replacement and pulled it out.
Like, that's worse, right?
But and so I went to the emergency room, and after 4 hours, they were able to do a CAT scan and said, no, I hadn't popped anything. So just this bad sprain. So I was going around part of most of yesterday using a walker.
Yeah,
I don't assume they're on yet, right?
I don't assume anyone's on. No, no one.
I figured because it's Rosh Chodesh, they'll just be getting somewhere between quarter of and
Right. And Ainsley, we had a blackout here, and I woke up and all the lights were out.
really.
Nothing. Yeah, everything was off.
I know that this side of the village is on a different grid
Right.
than that side.
You know, partially, let's be Ainsley A and C. I know we're out.
Yeah.
Other than that, and then they came back on, but so get back into the world eventually.
So I don't know what's going to happen if there's somebody there at the DAF that's going to, Michael's going to do it. He usually does Fridays. And I had him do yesterday. I called him Wednesday night from the emergency room and asked him. I had Karen call him. So he did yesterday as well. Did you go on Zoom yesterday?
Uh, Yesterday, yes, I went on. Yes,
Oh,
it was all right.
if I can give myself at least another day to,
What they told you, just rest it out.
yeah.
You can't do anything about it,
He says, well, basically, I've got to take a lot of Tylenol. And then,
No,
of course, it's only limited how much Tylenol you can take extra strength
right.
at a certain, time limit and how many tablets. So I've gotten to the point that this walking is okay and standing is all right, and sitting once I get comfortable is okay. It's just the sleeping is a bit bad.
Laying down, forget about it. Or the hard part is getting up then. They don't
Yeah,
want you laying down.
yeah. So that's the
Oh, well.
situation.
Uh,
I'm going to assume that Michael normally does it on Fridays and he'll do it today.
you know, well, I'll give someone a call, see what they're doing. Maybe
Okay.
pick it up. Let's see. I'll speak to. Let me call Erwin.
And if I need to give it over Zoom, I can do that. That's not a problem. I do. If you,
Let's see if he'll answer.
sometimes I don't finish till 9 o'clock. Rosh Chodesh.
Gosh,
This is 917
I guess not.
974-915. If I know you, I'll be calling you back if you leave a message. If I don't know you, you better give me a good reason to call you back.
Oh, Erwin, give me a break.
At the tone, please record your message. When you've finished recording, you may.
Better when it's Harvey. Give me a call. Yeah, we'll see what happens.
How is Lee doing?
Not bad, she's slowly but surely, she's down to a cough, cough lingers.
Did
Other than that,
did she get any particular medication?
yeah, they gave her Paxlovid or something like that. That helped. It's amazing. We had the exact same shots. We went the exact same weddings, went
Yeah.
up north, everything the same. She got it. I got zero. I didn't have nothing. I didn't even sneeze. So I don't know.
You have to wonder, was she in contact maybe with somebody that you were among the women? if
No,
she
the
was-
same one. Her sister. Her sister has it, and I was with her sister. My sister-in-law. I mean, nothing.
Yeah,
You usually go together. Wherever we go. Subsequent to that, some other people came down with it afterwards, but they were behind it. They were behind the situation. So I don't know. And I'm still going strong. So I don't know. I don't have it. I'm not that I'm looking forward to it,
not,
but
not that you want to get it.
no, it just, I don't know. Yesterday they had the Thanksgiving thing and she couldn't go.
Yeah.
So I had to go run
Did they
half
have,
of it.
did
And
they have a
the
nice
rest of the
turnout?
committee did the rest.
They had a good turnout?
110 people.
That's
Yeah.
good.
It was good.
That's
Yeah.
good.
Everything went according to schedule. And God bless Leonore. She doesn't let it go. She ran. She was running it from her phone in the
Sure.
house. Show me a picture of what you're doing there. No. Move that over here, slightly over. I don't want it like that. So I said, oh
Okay.
my God,
All right.
doesn't give up. Oh,
All right.
I
That's
think, nope, no one's on, just you and I.
I'm wondering if they're going to be, Bob Brumberg, assuming that he's there, usually knows how to get
Right.
on.
Yeah, but the office is closed, so I don't know, maybe they never put it on, the system.
Well, you should be, the system is usually on. I mean,
No.
I accessed it this morning, not from my phone, but from my computer, by simply going to the list
Right,
of.
I put it in also, the 808, and it comes on.
Oh, see, I don't even do that. I just go to the listing of what the classes
Oh,
are
right.
this week. And
Right,
it's got the Zoom link included right there.
yeah, it just it goes in by itself, right?
Yeah. And it goes direct.
Oh, well.
It's actually not that difficult to Gemara today, so they should be able to move through it pretty quick. You had breakfast already?
Oh, a long time ago. Yeah, I got up ready to go. Let's see, maybe I'll call Ron Brum, see if he's there.
Hi, you reach 718-208-3628. Can't answer right now. Great day.
Hey, Bob, it's Harvey Greenberg. If you get a chance, give me a call. Thanks. No, he's not answering either, so they can't be running that late. I mean, eventually they got to finish Roscoe's Company. Although Svi is not here. Pell is not there. I wonder if the rabbi should be back by now. No, he only took off 2 days.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, he wasn't there Wednesday or Thursday.
Oh, he was in show. He wasn't.
Yeah, but no, I'm referring to his duty as mishgiach. He wasn't going to be there with the sisterhood.
Oh, yeah. I would think that they would be ready to start soon. I mean, I know Michael likes to go in with his tefillin on, Taliesin's tefillin
Right.
on. And get started right away. I didn't print off the new. The bulletin came out on Wednesday, right?
Yes. Right, because they were off Thursday.
Yeah, I was not even up to sitting much at the computer yesterday. In fact, the reason we didn't go to the sisterhood event was that our kids had called and said, let's get together for Thanksgiving meal. And we were supposed to go over there. And I really wasn't even up to that. So they brought it all to me. They brought it all over here.
Right. You put yourself out of commission, huh?
Yeah, I mean, not sure what exercise in particular did it, but I'll know not to do that exercise again pretty soon. So quick. Know that Ruvain sometimes comes on as well. Occasionally Zev, but they must, if they're in show, they must not be done yet. Let's see. I could
I'll be back, Rabbi. Be back shortly.
What?
I'll be right back.
Hi, Miriam, I'm trying to reach Michael. He started already? Okay. All right. I'm surprised nobody else has gotten them on Zoom yet. Okay. Somebody usually does it for him if I'm not there. Yeah. I don't know. I'll try one of the other guys and see. All right. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I'm better. What happened is I must have strained muscles in my hip. So that was the issue. Thank you. Thanks a lot. Okay, thanks. Right. Bye-bye. Bob? Hello? Hello?
Okay.
Bob?
Asa was the one that spread it from the apple.
Oh, it's on? Okay.
All right. Okay, you guys
No.
starting?
Someone who says, She'eni Nehenem Yisrael. We're going in deeper here. I will not benefit or possibly benefit from another Jew. Now, at the time of the Mishnayos that was in Israel, the Yidden all lived in Israel. It would be pretty difficult for you to go shopping and not encounter a Jewish merchant. In other words, how can you be Mikayim this in the face of the practical aspect of all the stores are owned by Jews? So the Mishnah gives a solution. Lokeach b'yoser, he overpays when he buys from a Jew. So the Jew benefits from him, but he doesn't benefit from the goy. If it's a $5 object and he pays $10, that guy benefits and he loses. So that would be okay. Umoicher b'pachos. And if he's in the business of selling something, he sells it wholesale to the Jew, so he doesn't make a profit and therefore doesn't benefit. Okay? She Israel Nehenin Li. What if he makes the opposite shvua, that no Jew can benefit from me? So you just switch it around. Okay? Lokeach b'pachos, so he purchases wholesale. You want to sell it to me at your cost, but I'm not going to let you make a profit. Omecher b'yoser, and when he sells it, he overcharges, so he benefits even more, and the other Jew that loses out. But the Mishnah then comments, you know what's going to happen? Nobody's going to buy from you or sell to you. I'm not going to sell to you if I can't make a few bucks, and I'm not going to buy from you if you overcharge me. V'ain shaymin lo. So nobody will listen to him, and he won't be able to do business. Okay, the Gemara will explain that more now. She'eni nehen lehen lehen li. What if he makes a more inclusive neder? I won't benefit from other Jews, and I'll never let a Jew benefit from me. Yahanel of the Kachavim. So he locks himself into a situation where he has to find a non-Jewish merchant. Okay, now there's going to be a contradiction to this Mishnah from a statement of Shmuel. Omer Shmuel, halokeach kli min ha'umen levakrei. I go into this store and there's this beautiful clay cheres, a beautiful piece of art. It's $1,000. So I pick it up. I want to see who the maker is. I want to see if it's valuable, what it's worth, and I drop it. So in an American store, there'd be a sign, you broke it, you bought it. The same applies here. V'nenas biyado, he drops it or otherwise breaks it. Chayev, he's obligated to pay. So Shulchan Aruch here says, since he did not pick it up, he did as a kinyan to acquire it, he only picked it up to look at it more closely. He's like a shomer chinam or a shoel, but it could be a shomer chinam too, because he's obligated in Peshiya. Huh? So you're right. He's a shoel and he's chayiv, so he's not breaking the vow. He's fixing his Peshiya. And okay, so Alma, but the Gemara sort of ignores that, and the Gemara makes the assumption, since he broke it, he bought it. So the Gemara is applying to Shmuel a very broad notion. Alma kasa ovar, probably Shmuel holds hanaas lokeachi. You do not buy anything unless you really want it, okay? Especially with inflation. So Shmuel probably holds that the acquirer is the ultimate beneficiary of the transaction, and the money is teufel, so to speak. So that, okay? So if that's how Shmuel holds, that's a contradiction to our Mishnah. Tanan, we learned in our Mishnah, She'eni nehenem Yisrael. If I don't want to benefit another, don't want to gain benefit from another Jew. Moiche b'pachos, I sell to him at discount. Aval shava b'shava lo. So obviously the implication is paying the asking price is not allowed. So how could the guy pay for what he broke? If the benefit goes both basically to the buyer, afilu shava v'shava. So then he should be able to pay market value even on anything else he buys, let alone what he breaks accidentally. So the Mishnah, the Gemara comes up with a shtickle kop, okay, a chop here. Masnisen bizvina de rome al efa. In other words, what we're talking about stuff that's hard to sell. And the seller would normally sell it at a discount. So if you pay the market price, when you drop it, you're losing. Okay, and you're not benefiting. Imkain, aim a ratio. So let's go back to the ratio. Where the Gemara or the Mishnah explained, Lakeach b'yoser, you overpay for what you buy. Va'od, and furthermore, aim a seifa. Let's take a look also at the seifa. She Israel nehenen li Lakeach b'pachos u'moicher b'yoser. So if a Jew should not benefit from me, I overcharge, so he loses, or I underpay, so he loses. I feel a shava v'shava. So now you should be able to buy or sell at market value, since Shmuel says the buyer basically benefits and the seller basically doesn't. And that's a contradiction again. So the Gemara comes up with pretty much the same answer, the mirror image. Seifa vizvina harifa. There, we're talking about something that flies off the shelves, and the guy could raise the price if he chose to. Ihachi. So in that case, lokeach b'pachas afilu shava v'shava. So how can the valuer pay less than real value? They're not going to accept the offer. It's flying off the shelves at the market price. So he should also be able, afilu shava v'shava, he should be able to pay the market price because, again, according to Shmuel, the buyer benefits. And even if he's paying the market price, the guy could raise the price. That's what inflation is. Ella, so we have to say, turn the page. Masnisen bezvina de mitzia. The market price is appropriate. The price fits the object. The Shmuel bezivna harifa. And what Shmuel is talking about is where there are a lot of buyers and not so many objects, and they're flying off the shelf. And therefore, the buyer benefits. Okay, everybody got that? Okay. Tanya Kavase de Shmuel. We can actually support Shmuel from a brisa. Okay? Halokeach kelim min tager. Somebody takes an object from the seller, but he's not intending to buy it yet. He's taking it sort of, let's use the lashon, on consignment. Le shagron lebeis chamov, because what he wants to do is he wants to send a nice gift to his father-in-law. Okay? What? So you have a comment?
Art Scroll suggests that he wants to send it because his future Kala is still living in the home of her
Okay,
father.
he wants to suck up to the father-in-law. Okay, V'yomer, and he says to the merchant, Im mekablin oisan mimeni ani noisen lecha demehem. If my father-in-law thinks it's very nice, so then I'll pay you for it. Okay, the imlav, but if my father-in-law looks down his nose at this gift, ani noisen lecha lefi toivas hana'a shebahen, I'll give it back to you and give you a $1.50. Because after all, I get some brownie points for trying to suck up to my father-in-law. Even though he doesn't particularly want the thing, I'll give you a token amount of money because of the benefit I get for the lubricating the relationship with the father-in-law. Okay, so now what would the halacha be? If I drop it and break it on the way to my father-in-law's house, where he hasn't had a chance to either accept or reject it, then it has the marked price value, and I'm chayiv to repay. Because Zara, but if my father-in-law rejected it and I'm on way back to the store to return it, then I'm putter from the value. Okay, now b'dei shemayim you should pay, but in terms of actual halacha, you're putter. Okay, mipnei shehu ka'oiseh schar, because at that point of where and a typical consignee gets paid commission and he sells the thing. But the guy who works for the owner is on the owner's buy list, and he doesn't have to pay for goods that are damaged. Okay, and so now we're going to bring a story that illuminates that point. Aho Stafsira is a consignment, a wholesaler, a guy who makes money and
Guess we lost him.
I think so. I'm trying to check with Bob Rumberg what happened. Bob, it's Ken Green. What happened with the shear? Any idea why the Zoom stopped? Let me know. Thanks. Bye-bye.
Back on. He's connecting to the audio, and here he comes. So here he is.
Depending on irrelevant, it's irrelevant which direction he's traveling. Okay, and that's the end of that. Now, another vow where we have to figure out what it means. Okay, kainem sha'ani nehena la'areli. I swear that I will not benefit from anyone who is uncircumcised. So what does that mean? Does it mean literally still has an orla? Or is it a label for non-Jews? Okay. Kainim sha'ani nehenela arelim. I swear I make a kainim vow that I will not benefit from any uncircumcised individual. Mutter ba'alei Yisrael. He's still allowed to benefit from a Jewish person who has hemophilia and therefore cannot be circumcised, or an orphan who did not have a parent to circumcise him, and now he's a gadol, but he hasn't gotten around to circumcising himself. Why? The oiser, the moile of the kachavim, but he would be usher from a non-Jew who happened to have a surgical excision of the orla. Okay, why? Sha'ani nehena mulim. Now, what about if he made the opposite vow? I make an oath that I'm koinem oath that I'll have nothing to do with a circumcised person. Okay, Aser bi'arale Yisrael. He's forbidden then to deal with this Nebuch, this guy with hemophilia who still has an orla who's Jewish. Umuter b'muale of the kachavim, but he is permitted to do business with non-Jews who happen to no longer have an orla. Okay, why? She'en harelim korea el l'shem of the kachavim. Because the title uncircumcised, as used in this oath, is a synonym for non-Jews. So that answers all the questions. Okay. The Jew who is uncircumcised, he's not in the klal of arelim, non-Jews. And the circumcised non-Jew is not in the klal of people who are b'nei bris. So that answers all those issues. Okay. Shenemar, and we're going to quote a pasuk. Ki kol hagoyim arelim. All non-Jews are called arelim. V'kol beis Yisrael are lev, and everybody who's Jewish, even though they physically have a mila, they have an uncircumcised heart. In other words, we're all a bunch of lowlifes. That's what the pasuk says. V'aymer, and another pasuk says, okay, Ken tis machna benos.
No, Vahayaha Plishti.
But I skipped the line. I'm sorry. V'hoya Pelishte Orel Hazeh. The Philistines are like uncircumcised. Uncircumcised Philistine is like the Jews who are impure of heart. V'omer, and a third pasuk says, "V'hoya ha'plishte." I did that one already. Okay. V'omer. Next pasuk says, "Pen tismachna benos plishtim." The daughters of the plishtim are celebrating. Pen ta'alozna benos arelim. And the daughters of uncircumcised persons are partying hardy. Okay? So Rebbe Elazar ben Azariah Omer, from these three psukim, Rebbe Elazar ben Azariah observes me'un sahi ha'orla. The orla is disgusting. Art Scroll uses the word repulsive. Sheniskava ba rishayim, because we belittle evil people with the use of
Yeah,
the word
no,
orla.
I want to see what's happening is enough. That's all. We're on.
You were right?
Yeah,
No, that's why.
Harvey,
We have the same
okay?
problem in Ainsley. Okay.
All right. Could you not talk on the phone because you're broadcasting here? All right. In any event, Shenemar. Ki kol hagoyim arelim, because all non-Jews are arelim. Okay, so now
No,
since
we
we
got it back
raised
on.
the
Wow. Yeah. Okay.
Harvey, I can't do this
All
with
right, be
you
good.
talking on the phone. Okay, Rabbi Yishmael Aimer, Rabbi Yishmael says Gedola Mila, circumcision is a wonderful thing. Shenichrisu Oleha Sholosh Esrei Brisos, because the Parsha describing the bris Mila uses the word bris 13 times. Rabbi Yossi Omer Gedola Mila, circumcision is a wonderful thing. Shedaiche es Hashabbos Mechumura, because even the strictest rules of Shabbos are pushed off by the need to do a bris on the 8th day. Rabbi Yeshua ben Korcha Omer, Rabbi Yeshua ben Korcha says, Gedai Mila, bris is a wonderful thing. Because God didn't cut Moshe Rabbeinu, the great Moshe Rabbeinu, the slightest bit of cut him a little slack, mole sha'ah, for even a brief period of time. The story is they're in Midian. The baby was just born. God says, leave Midian and go to Egypt. So Moshe Rabbeinu has the following debate in his own mind. Reb Nehemiah Omer, he explains it. Oh, all right, so let me just spell this out. Moshe Rabbeinu has a conflict. If he does the bris on the baby, they can't immediately go traveling because it's a kana. If he goes traveling, he can't do the Mila. So he has to weigh the circumstances, and he makes the wrong choice. He doesn't circumcise the kid. And we'll learn in a few minutes when he gets to a hotel where there's a stopping point, rather than immediately do the bris on the kid, he negotiates the rate for the room from the achsanya. And that, so God then says to Moshe, the angel comes to kill Moshe, and Sipporah does the bris and throws the orla at the angel, and the angel disappears. So that's the mice in the Torah. Okay. Reb Nehemiah explains, Mila is a wonderful thing. Es hanagoyim. It cancels even the dinim of tzaras. The halacha is, if you have a thing on your body that might be tzaras, a nega, you're not allowed to surgically remove it. You have to go through the Kohen observance and the week and the next week and going chutz lamach, and you have to go through the whole process. However, if it's a baby or even an adult who needs a bris, and there's a nega on the orla, you ignore the nega and you do the bris. so wonderful how great Mila is because it's daicha even a nega. Okay. Rabbi Omer, Rabbi Yehuda Nasi says, Gedayla Mila bris is a wonderful thing. Shakal ha-mitzvah she'asa Avraham Avinu, even though Avraham Avinu did kama mitzvahs, according to the Messiah, he did all 612 mitzvahs. He didn't do Mila yet. And loy nikra sholem, he's not considered 100% a perfect person ad shemol until after he does the mila on himself. Shenemar, as the pasuk says, his halech lifnei v'haya tamim. God says to Moshe after the bris, let's take a walk together. Now you're perfect. Okay? Davar acher is another Mila thing, but it's not labeled who said it. Gedayla Mila, Mila is a wonderful thing. She'imolehi, if it weren't for Mila, lo bora kadosh baruch hu es ha'olma. God would never have even made the world. Shenemar, Koyamar Hashem, this is what God said. Im lo brisi yomim v'layla, if my covenant between Jews and myself is not observed day and night, so we can understand the imagery. The aver is used for one function during the day and for another function at night. Anyone doesn't understand that, see me after class. Chukas shemayim va'oretz lo shamti. I never would have created, I never would have made the heavens and the earth. So, okay. So we'll begin the Gemara over here. Tanya, Rabbi Yeshua ben Korcha, Omer, Rabbi Yeshua ben Korcha said, Gedayla Mila Misbris is a wonderful thing. Shachol Zechuyas Yasam Moshe Rabbeinu Lo Amdu Loi. All of Moshe Rabbeinu's fabulous behavior and mitzvahs and acting on behalf of God didn't mean a single thing. Bishinis Roshel al Hamila, when he delayed immediately performing the meal on the 8th day of the baby, Eliezer Shenemar, as it said, Yifkeshehu Hashem vivakesh hamisai. God encountered him and he decided to kill him. Omer Rebbe says, Chas v'shalom, Moshe Rabbeinu nisrashel min hamila. God forbid that Moshe had no rationale for delaying the Mila. Ella kach omer. Here is the internal conversation Moshe Rabbeinu had. Amol ve'etze, if I circumcise the baby now and immediately go traveling through the desert to go to Egypt, sakanahi, that puts the baby really at high risk. Shenemar, as we have in a pasuk, Vayibi Yom Hashlishi, it was the 3rd day, Ba'osem Ke'avim, etc., where the people who were with Abraham and Yishmael and Yisrael were in great pain. It was the 3rd.
Shimon and Levi.
Right. I'm sorry. The Anshe Shem, when they wanted to marry the Jewish girls, and they said, we can't do that because you're uncircumcised. And they waited till it was the most difficult moment, the 3rd day. And then they went and killed them when they couldn't even get out of bed to fight back. Okay. So now Moshe's talking again. Amo the yamim. Should I circumcise the baby now and not travel until the 4th day? Wait 3 full days before I leave. HaKadosh Baruch Hu oimerli, but God said to me, Lech shuv Mitzrayim, get out of Midian and get on your way to Egypt. So obviously Moshe had a rationale for then. But what about when they stopped at the hotel? Elipni ma nas moish nas enes moish and not punished. Why was Moshe actually punished? We'll go to the top of the next page. Mitnei shenis ase b'molin tichila, because he decided to negotiate with the innkeeper first. Shenemar v'yehi b'derech b'molin, and it was on the trip where they got to the hotel. So that's when Moshe got in trouble and Zipporah threw the Orla at the angel, because Moshe should have done first things first.
Why did Moshe Rabbeinu do the bris milah right away, leave the baby with the mother at home at Yisrael, and go?
But do you think your wife would let you go and leave her behind with her rotten father?
None of the nations.
Somebody raised that. How come nobody? Women are the boss. Okay, we learned that already by Avram and Sarah. That's where we had our downfall. Women, we have to listen to our wives.
None of the other nations are circumcised. Don't the Muslims circumcised at the age of 13?
Yeah, because really,
Because of Yeshua.
you have to do the bris at the break of day.
No,
No,
it's preferable to do it at the earliest reason, but you can do the bris at any point. When I have a grandson, where the only moil lived 5 miles away, and he had another go 5 miles in the other direction to do another bris. So we did ours and by mincha, and we did the seuda after mincha.
Everybody.
All right, Penny, are you on? What's
I'm on.
happening?
Thank you. Thank you. both
Yeah,
for
okay, what's
yesterday and for
happening
today.
tomorrow?
Tomorrow, I've figured out a way to get there.
Okay, I'm on Sunday.
I will let you know.
All right, I will be prepared, and if you're here, you'll do it, and if you're not, I'll do it.
Great.
Okay.
Thank you.
Have
Have a good Shabbos, everybody.
And
Thank you, Bob.
Have a good Shabbos.
Good Shabbos.
Take care.
Thank you. Take care, Javi. Give our best to Lee.
Take care. Have it right. Thank you. Have a good Shabbos.
You too.